Will happen again for those of you with a keen eye. You've seen it, you've noticed, I'm nowhere to be found on social media, and that is because I have yet again valued other people's opinions over what God has told me to do. You can't see me right now, but on the off chance that I post this ever in my life, as of right now, I'm highly considering shutting down my YouTube channel. And that may seem like a non-event to somebody just watching a random YouTube video on the old interwebs. It's a kind of a pivotal piece in my life. I have let it have too much control over being content and just resting in the Lord. It's weird to make a piece of content today and be fighting for the same viewership that you were 5 years ago. All of my friends who've come up, my pastor or ministry or Christian YouTuber type friends who have come up after me have far passed me. They've far surpassed me. And maybe that's a skill thing, maybe that's a personality thing, maybe that's just a purpose of God thing. But at a certain point, when you spend hours and hours and hours a week pouring into a medium for diminished results, I get asked over and over and over again whenever I have a meltdown by my wife, why are you doing this? Just quit. I can't let it go. I haven't been able to let it go. And tonight, for the first time in forever, I'm thinking about let it go. I'm just desperate to see fruit in my life. I want to see people reached with the message of Jesus, but through my words and my life. I want to see the co-laboring part, not the emptiness part. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home and pray with Jesse, get before the Lord, do whatever he tells me to do. Joshua says I need to document this, so I'm documenting it. It hurts. It's painful. This is ridiculous. It just doesn't seem right. I'm missing a piece. I don't know. It's not a place of rest, that's for sure. It's a place of friction and frustration right now. It's happened again. I don't want to talk about it, but maybe I do.
Chill out, buddy. Hello, Kevin. My, how you've growled since everybody has seen you. You're so skittish. Why are you so skittish? Bye, Kevin.
Jesse and I are headed to town for appointments. Did I do it right?
Yes, I think so.
The why of why all of this is happening is because there's actually a repeat accusation that I don't have any fruit in my life. Starting with the church, I'm always reminded of how we aren't exponentially growing. That's just something that pastors have on their heart. Are you being fruitful? Is the word going out, and is it coming back with people saying, what must I do to be saved? It's not reality, but it is a thing. Secondly is the YouTube channel and all of our social media platforms. There's a certain expectation that whenever you do something, you put 5 years of time into something, that it yields a result. And that's one. And the other is probably the most important one, and it's the lack of children in this family. And when my focus is shifted to what I don't have and the accusations that are going on, I get to looking around and wonder what everybody else has and if I'm being fruitful. And that's a weird place to be. You cold? You always have things in your teeth.
I do not.
You got big chiclets.
Was that attractive?
That was always attractive.
Let's talk about me for a minute.
Well, I'm making a video concurrently about something other.
Can you see it?
What is your eye twitching? Why is your eye twitching?
3-month eye twitch right here. Why is it twitching? When I prayed about it, God said I had gone through emotional trauma when my dog was dying, and I guess I'm not over it. I feel like I'm over it, but
My eye keeps twitching.
my eye keeps twitching.
Speaking of 3-month trauma,
Jared thinks that there's a 3-month cycle to... Hold on. To be continued.
You're home for Jessica?
Yeah. Is there hog feed back there?
Is there what?
Hog feed?
In the trunk or just in
Yeah.
the...
In the trunk.
is there enough room for you? All good.
Oh, feed. I heard feet.
Oh, gross. Jared thinks that there's a 3-month cycle to this downward spiral of it's not enough, what I'm doing is not enough, and it'll never be enough, and I'm not producing enough, it's not, and we're not. Am I on the right track?
I'll take your word for it.
For me, it's a 1-month cycle.
Jeez.
So I have a shorter rebound rate. I don't know. I think the problem is when you start looking around at other people and what they're doing and what's happening for them and their success and how easy it seems, when we really don't even know the half of it. We just get distracted, we start looking around, and we really just need to obviously look up. That's not my accusation. Jared's accusation is lack of fruit. That's not really mine. I guess the accusation for me would be that I'm a fool, never be a mom, never have kids, things like that. Is that mine?
Did you get it right? See how crazy busy Track Supply is.
I usually come here in work pants and high heels, and I could not fit in less when I do that.
I gotta get one of these.
Has a wife that works in town. Multicat.
Multicat. I think the thing for me that broke the camel's back, the straw, if you will, that broke the camel's back was... What is that?
That's more for me than anyone.
The straw that broke the camel's back for me was a YouTube video where I did like all the best practices and stuff, and it still yielded the same results as all the rest. The lack of fruit, it just triggered.
On this bed.
You would sleep on that bed? Oh yeah, that used to be for Flash. Jesse says it's just the symptom though.
The what?
Symptom. It's not the root.
The YouTube thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's just a symptom of the deeper issue. There's something else in there.
That's
Don't
right.
help anything?
That's
Nope.
right.
I was in the middle of a video when she said, "Don't need help," and I was like, "Nope." And I didn't mean to be rude. Like, I didn't mean to be short. I was just
It was the third time that we told her.
thinking about something else.
Jesse says that it's impractical to shoot with the big camera, and she thinks that we should shoot with our cell phones, and I agree. Oh no, I can't even see you. Where are
Is this
you?
too much?
I don't think it's too much. So with all that in mind, it was time for a timeout. Start seeking the Lord and asking Him, what's going on here? Because I've been looking everywhere else as to where to get my information. I haven't gone to the source. I took a week, and in hindsight, that was probably a bit too long because it really only required one conversation. And in that conversation, He told me that I was man-pleasing and that I was covered up in shame. And luckily, that's kind of what God does. He resets things back down to your core created identity, and He calls you higher. So in the course of one conversation, He broke off shame, He broke off all the man-pleasing, recentered my sights upon Him, and told me that I'm a storyteller. That I'm actually created to tell God stories. In whatever medium I find myself, church, family, YouTube, I get to tell God stories. What are you gonna do? Try and kill Raylan Givens, baby? That ain't happening. Where's our girl? There she is.
I wanted to go out to you guys, but I wasn't going to do that outside.
Your big camera?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to carry it?
Yeah.
It's 400 pounds. It's not my favorite town camera.
And from my perspective, that's the only thing that I can do. I have to have Jesus. I have to have Him fight my battles. I am in a codependent relationship because anything I try to do in my flesh, of my flesh, doesn't really pan out to a whole lot of anything. I need Him. I need Him for everything. And luckily, He loves me enough that He rights the ship. He declares His identity over me again, and I'm ready to rock and roll better than before. Almost thankful for the things that I've gone through because Him and me has become stronger. I'm more aware of who He is in me and through me.
It's a cold one. I can't see you. My glasses are all fogged up. When Jared's going through something like that, dealing with accusations and just trying to fix it on his own, I can't do anything to help him, and it's so hard to be on the outside watching him go through it. And I know he feels the same way about me when I'm going through something. But the only thing I can do, and the only thing I do, is say, it sounds like you need some time with Jesus. And it usually makes him pretty angry, especially if he's in a bad spot. It can make him pretty upset. And to me, I'm like, it sounds even more like you need some time with Jesus. I can tell when he goes and has time with Jesus because he comes back and his face is brighter. Like, he just emits this light from within, and I know that he's heard from God, and I know that it's been life-changing.
No, Tristan. Get down, I don't want to hurt you. Oh my gosh, I never want to let you down. Turn around.
You didn't need to. We were recording the whole time. That's it. That's all we got for you today. Love you. I will see you in the next one. So we tell God's story. I'm out.